Hello guys, what's up? So today we'll be doing Cambridge Primary Checkpoint Science Paper 1 October 2020. This paper is for 45 minutes. Question number 1. Complete the sentences. Complete the sentences about food chains. Choose from these words. All food chains start with the producer. So right here. Producer plant is a perfect example of producer. So all food chains start with the producer, especially plants. Animal that eats a plant is a consumer. And by the way, animals that eat plants are herbivores. Just general knowledge. Consumer. An animal that chases and eats another animal is a predator. The animal that chases. So animal that is being chased is actually a prey. Predator. Let's say, let me give you an example. Lion. Lion eats lion likes to eat zebra. So zebra is a prey and lion is a predator. Moving on. An animal eaten by another animal is an animal eaten. This one. Eaten by another animal. So this one is a predator, but what they are asking is which animal is this? Um which one is this? So we'll say it is a prey because it is being eaten so by another animal, so we'll say it is a prey. Let's say eagles eats mouse, right? So mouse is a prey and eagle is a predator. Moving on. All right, question number 2. Mike finds a diagram of the earth. It shows what happens to the earth over 24 hours. Complete and label the diagrams. So this one is earth's axis, as you can see, is an straight line, and then there is one of the lines intercepting. So yeah, this one should be the earth's axis. Earth's axis. This one is where it is moving, like, or we can say where it is turning. So this one is the direction of turn, or we can also say direction of spin. Direction of turn. Sorry. Moving on. Question number 4. Question number 3. Yuri draws a picture of 5 different human organs, and so now they're saying complete the sentences. Choose from A, B, C, D, E. The organ that pumps blood around the body. The organ that pumps blood around the body is dash. So actually, heart pumps the blood around the body around 2 times. So Is it A? No, it's not A. C is a brain. E is a lungs. D is a kidney. So which the answer is B for this one. The organ that pumps blood around the body is the heart. So actually it is B. The organ that filters blood. I think that so I'm sure they're talking about this kidney. Kidney filters blood from waste materials, like it separates the waste materials and it separates the nutrients, which actually are used by the human body cells, and waste are removed from the blood. So the organ that filters blood is D. The organ that puts oxygen into the body is dash. That puts oxygen into the body, I believe, is lungs. So reason, because uh, in blood there's oxygenated blood and this deoxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood is actually used by the body cells. So uh, when heart pumps blood and when it reaches the lungs, so lungs separates, not separates, but it actually puts oxygen into the blood, which becomes oxygenated blood when oxygen and enters the blood. So this one is E, lungs. The organ that controls the body is C, because brain controls our whole body activities. So we'll say it is a C. Moving on. Question number 4. Here is a list of properties: flexible, good conductor of electricity, high melting point, soluble, brittle. So, A. Copper is used to make a cooking pot. Explain why. Choose two properties from the list. So, copper is actually a metal. So, it is used to make a cooking pot. So, can we say it is good conductor of heat? Because see, copper is a metal, right? It is a metal, and metals are good conductors of heat. So that's one point we can say. And and most of the metals, most of the metals have high melting point. We can say that as well, because when by the way, um, when you're doing a question like these, you must know what which one are they talking about. Like, you must be aware of few words. So let's say if they're talking about cooking pot, right? You cannot write, even though good metals are good conductor of electricity, you cannot write good conductor of electricity, it will be wrong. But try to remember all those basic properties of metals, and mark these type of questions, mark these type of words. So first of all, it is a good conductor of heat. Conductor of heat. Sorry, good conductor of heat. And second point, it has high melting point. Copper is used to make electrical wires. Explain why. So they have mentioned electrical wires. So we can say it is a good conductor of electricity. And if I'm not wrong, most of the metals are good conductor of electricity. What more can we say? Don't they have high melting point as well? We can say that as well. Let's search for any other point we can say. They are flexible because they're used to make electric wires. So yeah, we can say they're flexible. So first point, good. Also, you can actually include high melting point as well in this, but I'll go for flexible for the second point. Good conductor of electricity, and it is flexible. All right, moving on. Question number 5. Scientists explore the solar systems and stars. What equipment do scientists use to see the stars? Circle the correct answer. You have microscope, stopwatch, tape measure, and telescope. So to be able to see solar system and stars, which is very far, we can't use stopwatch, we can't use microscope, we can't use tape measure, we have to use telescope. Stopwatch used for time, microscope see used to see little things such as cells in lab, and tape measure, no, it is used to measure the tape, no. Okay. The question number 6. Different material are used to make the containers for drinks. These materials include aluminium, glass, plastic, and steel. By the way, aluminium is an example of a metal. Here is a table of information about these materials. Complete the table. Material: aluminium. Is it a metal? Yes. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it transparent? No. Is it soluble in water? No. Aluminium is not soluble in water. Glass. Is it attracted to magnet? No, it is not. Is it transparent? Yes. Plastic. Is it a metal? No. It's general knowledge. Is it attracted to magnet? No, it is not attracted to magnet. Is it transparent? Yes. Is it soluble in water? No. Metal. Is it transparent? No, not at all. Is it soluble in water? Absolutely not. Moving on. Oliver draws a diagram to show how shadows are made. Oliver has not labeled the position of the camera, labeled the position of the shadow on the diagram. So label the position of the shadow. So we can see this one is a source of light. So light, so this is light flowing through it, like passing through it. So a shadow will be casted here. This is where the shadow will be casted, or shadow will appear. So we can see this one is a shadow. We have to liberate a shadow. All right. So this is done for question number 1A. Explain what makes the shadow. So we can say that object that blocks the light, or when the light is absorbed by the object, and or the object is stopping the light, a shadow is casted for the object of the object. So you the 3 points which you can write. First point is light is blocked by the object. When the light is blocked, light is blocked. As you can see, in this is an example, because you can see the light is not going. So object is actually blocking the light. So so the light is right here. So it's like it's appearing big. Light is blocked, or object stop the light. Object stops. Yeah, they mean the same thing. I think one of the examples are when you in the night time, when you usually make hand shadows with the flashlight. So you have to put your hand on the flashlight where the light is there, and then you make hand shadows there. All right. C. Describe what Oliver does to make the shadow bigger. Ooh, that's a nice question. If, let's say for this one, if I move the object more closer to the source of light, the shadow of the object will appear more bigger. So we can say that moving the object closer to the light, or moving the light closer to the object, same thing. So to say, by moving the object closer to the light. All right, move on to next question. Question number 8. The picture shows the different stages in life cycle of plants. The pictures are not in correct order. So which stage comes after stage C? Insect carries pollen. Yeah, this one they're talking about pollination process. Uh, correct the Circle the correct answer. After stage C, okay, insect carries the pollen. Uh, what comes after stage C? So insect is carrying the pollen, and then it is carrying the pollen from one flower to the another. of the same species. So here we can see the insect pollinates the flower, meaning the pollen that is being carried by the uh, a bee or insect. So here the pollen actually falls down or something from to the plant, or pollen drops from the bee to the flower, and that's where flower is pollinated, or we can say pollination has begun. So after stage C, we can say G, insect pollinates the flower. Which stage comes after stage F? Animal disperses seeds. Animal disperses seed. As we can see, a squirrel. We can say disperses seed. Can we say flowers grow? No. Actually, before flower grows, a plant needs to grow. So when plant grows, then we can say yeah, flowers grow. So no, this one's wrong. So the answer is E. Keep in mind, before flower grows, plants needs to be grown. So we go for E. Moving on. All right. Here's a list of sentences. Decide if each sentence is true or false. Tick the correct box. Burning diesel fuel in a truck is irreversible. So they're saying burning diesel, meaning if let's say if I burn down the whole diesel fuel in a truck, like after I burn that truck down, I can restore that truck back, and that is impossible to to restore the truck back. I mean, yes, you can do in games like Fortnite, but in reality, it is impossible. So we'll say false. Impossible. Okay, condensation of steam is reversible. Condensation of steam. So let's say if you are cooking something in a cooking pot or something, you when you open that when you open the cooking pot, right? The how do I say it? The opener, if you see it, there's a lot of water. It's a bit like there's a lot of water droplets there. So we can say so, but also condensation is reversible. So yeah, it's true. Sugar dissolves in water to form a solution. Is this it is true? Dissolves in water. Yeah, sugar can dissolve in water. Sweet water. Sand is soluble in water. Sand is insoluble in water. It will never, how to say, it will not dissolve in the water. Evaporation separates a mixture of sugar and sand. Evaporation actually, if this is sugar, if this is sand and water, yeah, true. But sugar and sand, no. Both are both cannot be separated using evaporation. Have to use different process. So this is false. Dissolving a solid in water is reversible. Dissolving a solid in water is reversible. Yes, if we can dissolve the solid in water, we can also restore back that solid from the water. A magnet separates a mixture of gold and silver. No. Why? Because both of them are metals. So no. Rusting of iron is reversible. Rusting of iron. When iron is actually the one of the causes of rusting of iron is light, water, and oxygen. So if these three are conditions are there, then that's how rusting is forming metals such as iron. So iron is so rusting of iron is not reversible. That is false. They cannot. It's not reversible at all. When it's been rusted, is yeah, it's rusted. Moving on. Question number 10. Blassie investigates friction. She uses different materials. Blassie puts, so this is four boards, smooth plastic, bumpy plastic, card, and paper, aluminum foil. Blassie puts each material on some card, puts the end of each card onto four boards, rolls a ball down each material. Complete the sentences. Blassie uses the boards to dash. Blassie always uses four boards to dash. Okay, so Blassie uses the board to make a slope or raise one end of the material. So if let's say if they are not boards, we cannot raise the end. This is the end of the materials, so we need to raise them. So yeah, boards are used for that. She's using the boards for that. And Blassie always uses the four boards, sorry, four boards to make it a fear test or compare the results. So for A, you write to make a slope or make a slope or sorry it's already written to make a ramp. Yeah, we can say that as well. Or to raise one end of the material, one end. So these are the both ends of the material. So in order to raise one end of the material, you need to use a board. So to raise one end of the of the material. Okay. Blassie always uses four boards to make it a fair test. Make it a fair test. Or so we are comparing or to compare the sorry to compare the results. Moving on. Complete the prediction. Choose from these words. The ball the ball will take the longest time to reach the end of the dash. Wait, did I miss something? Oh no, I did. Okay. The ball will take the longest time to reach the end of the dash. So we have aluminum foil, bumpy plastic, paper, smooth plastic, these friction, most friction, no friction. We can say bumpy plastic because the material has a lot of has the most friction. As you guys all know, friction is caused to oppose the motion of an object. So if let's say a car is moving is moving straight. Let's say a toy car is moving straight. Friction will be caused in an opposite direction of this straight. So friction always works in opposite. Is a force which acts opposite to the direction of the object. So the ball will take the longest time to reach the end of the pumpy plastic. This is because the material has most friction. Longest times means it has most friction. If there's a short time, yeah, then will be least friction. So be careful of these sources. You might get tricked. So I'll say just mark the words, especially these, so you won't be confused or you won't make silly mistakes most often. It's because the material has most friction. Blassie wants to make the investigation more reliable. Right on one thing she does to make the investigation more reliable. In most questions, in most questions of these type, we can say repeat the experiment in order for that investigation to be more reliable. So repeat the investigation, not the experiment. Repeat the investigation. In most cases, when they ask you for the investigation or experiment to be more reliable, you just have to say repeat the investigation. Repeat the investigation.